First thing you want to do, get the car up, get the wheel off, and then you're actually going to want to put a jack under the control arm to raise it up to help with the geometry of the sway bar end link to make removal and reinstallation easier. Got it just behind the ball joint studs, and that is the preferred way for me at least to do this. All right, so these do have a pass-through which you can use to lock out so that they won't spin together. If you have some sort of impact gun, it's very easy to remove these without messing with that. But just to show you, I'm going to start it off the standard way that you would get these off with hand tools. So I don't want to go digging around for the right Allen size for this because these are Allen instead of Torx or triple square. I believe factory is triple square. But you would just put this in here and then you would use a standard wrench and then loosen it down while this one counter holds it. Now I would recommend that you get this to budge first. But after that point, these might start spinning together, which they are right now. So what you need to do is counter hold this piece with your Allen, Torx, or triple square with a standard wrench on it so that you can counter hold this and ensure that this does not spin when this does. Otherwise, if you have a gun, that makes it a lot easier, as I'll show in a second. Got a pry bar against the other end of it. Just sort of helps the process. All right, so now that I've got the top one free, we can move to the bottom one, which is trickier because you got the fender liner right here and then the motor right behind it. And it can be helpful to get the top one back in just ever so slightly to ensure that the sway bar doesn't move too much as you're doing this. Okay. All right, that was kind of a pain, even with just a couple 100 miles on it. I'm just gonna drop this a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna get this up to make it easier to put the new one in. All right, you saw there, it got a little bit of slack at that point, which means this should come out nice and easy, and the new one should go in nice and easy as well. So I find it easiest to start at the bottom. These can go in either way. There is not one side that is up or down. Just slot that in down there, and then get it in at the top. Nice and easy, because again, we saw where it had that give at this height when this is being removed. I'm just gonna get that kind of snugged up. So as usual, power tools will make your life a lot easier. I'm just going to snug this up and then I'm gonna follow up with the torque wrench. There will be a whole lot of give after I'm done with this. Do not go ham with a gun on here. You wanna torque it to spec. Also, if you're wondering, there is more space on the driver's side. I'm back to my open-ended wrench on here to get this snugged up. I had to pull the fender liner out in front of the sway bar, so it's a little difficult to see. Got a standard ratcheting wrench on here now. Snugged it. I'm gonna follow up with the torque wrench. All right, set to 48 foot-pounds.